Live from Augusta, we're watching News 1226 at 11.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us after the Super Bowl. We have a first alert in effect for tomorrow, and Emily Acton will give us the forecast in just a moment. But first, the investigation is underway after a woman was killed and another was injured in a shooting in Thompson. The McDuffie County coroner says they were called to the hospital for a gunshot victim who died around 3:30 this morning. She was later identified as 21-year-old Otikiona Williams from Thompson. Officials say the shooting happened on McCommon Street, and we will keep you updated as we learn more about this serious incident. Now tossing things over to First Alert meteorologist Emily Acton. Big weather day tomorrow. Emily, what do people need to know heading out to school and work tomorrow?
My best advice is, one, give yourself several extra minutes, probably 15 minutes, just to be on the safe side of leaving a little bit earlier for work or school tomorrow, because again, we're going to see heavy rainfall during those peak commuting hours. Right now, seeing some decent rainfall. You can see a couple of raindrops there on the camera. We're at 63 right now here in Augusta, and pretty much the rest of the CSRA is seeing those 60s right now. But in terms of rainfall, lots of rainfall across the southeast. A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings over in the states of Louisiana. There's been several in Mississippi as well. Haven't seen any warnings here in the state of Georgia, but heavy rainfall has been pretty consistent throughout the greater part of our evening, and that's going to continue overnight. You can see some pockets of rain are a little bit heavier at times, so that's really going to be the trend over the next 20 hours or so. So off and on, heavy showers expected throughout our Monday. So again, that's why we issued a first alert, just to let all of our viewers know, hey, I definitely need to be checking up on the website or our app, just to kind of be in the know of if there's any watches or warnings tomorrow, Craig. So definitely need a rain jacket and umbrella before you head out the door tomorrow.
Wet start to the week. Thanks for that heads up, Emily. And we have learned the name of the pedestrian killed last night in an accident on Sandbar Ferry Road in Aiken County. The coroner's office identified them as 69-year-old Vernon Mundy from Beach Island. South Carolina Highway Patrol says a 2022 Nissan sedan hit Mundy as he was crossing the road, and the two people inside of the sedan were taken to the hospital after that accident. And aside from the Super Bowl, today was the one designated Sunday for bars to be open and sell alcohol in Richmond County. You saw the big game wrap up just a little while ago, and bars around Augusta hope to have plenty of fans make their Super Bowl Sunday a big success. Wrdw went around bars today to check in.
There's been a lot of controversy that's poured into commission meetings over this law, but not many people or bars jumped on the opportunity as you would think. I spoke to a few bars that decided to be open today about how it is making a difference for their business.
It's a day for the fans, and also a day for local bars to amp up their revenue.
We needed Super Bowl Sunday because we're a sports bar. So, Super Bowl Sunday is one of our biggest days.
Local bars are only able to be open one Sunday a year in Georgia. This year, it's Super Bowl Sunday again, but they're hoping it will change.
If we're allowed to open on Sundays, this will be a consistent crowd. We're on the south side of Augusta. There's nothing else out here.
Yeah.
So, these people over here need the same amenities that they have across town.
It's the same issue all over the CSRA every Sunday.
We would like that opportunity as a bar to be open on a Sunday. I think it's a great opportunity with sports and everything going on. Think about it. You got every season there's something from football to basketball to college football to college basketball that goes on as an opportunity us to generate revenue for the city.
They say if being open on Sundays became permanent, it would help more than just their business.
Augusta is the second largest city in Georgia, and that is something to be, all around it. We have the perfect opportunity to have other people come from other places to just want to be in our area.
So they plan to keep fighting for a change and doing what they can to keep the customers coming in.
But if we can open on Sundays, that'll boost our revenue tremendously.
Yes.
Even though there is an effort in the Augusta Commission to try and let bars individually pick which Sunday they would like to be open, nothing has moved forward yet. But we'll continue to follow the effort. Bars are fighting for to have more flexibility when they will open their restaurant or bar.
Alrighty, thanks for checking in around Richmond County, Audrey. Now, again, this was the only Sunday that bars will be able to sell alcohol on Sundays for the rest of the year. Now, a child and a man were injured in a shooting at Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas this afternoon. Officials say the child is severely injured and the man was treated for an injury to his leg. Say a woman entered the mega church with a boy and started shooting. Witness in the church at the time spoke about the incident.
Yeah, I hear two shots, like maybe 15, 20 seconds or 30 seconds between one or the other one. But I was inside because the auditorium was empty in those sides. So nobody was, I was looking, maybe there are something, inside the auditorium, but no, nobody.
Officials say the female suspect was killed by two off-duty officers at the scene. And new at 11, the Pentagon says Secretary of Defense. And there was a Super Bowl breakfast this morning at the Robert Howard Community Center. The funds raised by the breakfast are helping the Cobra Pathfinder Club attend the International Pathfinder Camporee in Gillette, Wyoming. In Augusta, the group is a nonprofit with the Ebenezer Church, and two of the members spoke to us about how that money will help them get to Wyoming.
We need the money so we can purchase all of our camping stuff and be able to take everybody in the club to the camping site without any issues.
Camporee in August is once every 5 years, and if you want to donate, you can go to the Cobra Pathfinders website at Ebenezer STA. The Augusta Jewish Museum, now Croffles, don't know if you've heard this word, have made their way to the CSRA, and they are officially on sale now at the Harlem Java House. The dish is a waffle made from croissant dough and covered in various toppings. The Harlem Java House owners say the Croffle craze started in Korea, then made its way to New York and Atlanta, now over to Augusta. One of the owners spoke to us about bringing that dish here.
It's like waffles, but 10 times better. it's you can have them like savory, it's sweet, it's like buttery. It's like a great dessert. It's probably something that you've never tasted before if you haven't tried waffles before.
Bold statement on the Croffles there. And again, they are now on the menu at the Harlem Java House in Harlem.
Well, we have a first alert issued for tomorrow for the chance of heavy rainfall, a couple of thunderstorms, and an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. I'll break down the threats and timing coming up.
And despite the Chiefs and 49ers playing, movies still played on this Super Bowl weekend. The box office top 5 estimates coming up next.
Don't lose.
It's the slowest Super Bowl weekend ever at the box office, but some people did go to the movies. David Daniel has the early estimates for the top 5 films in theaters.
Read the small print, and there does seem to be a lot of it. Oh.
Wonka is at $205 million domestic after a fifth-place weekend worth $3.1 million. $3.2 million put the first 3 episodes of Season 4 of The Chosen, a special theatrical event, in 4th place. Jason Statham and The Beekeeper stayed in 3rd on ticket sales of $3.5 million.
Are guys so simple that you just have to put on a pirate skeezer dress and suddenly they want to talk to you?
The horror rom-com Lisa Frankenstein opened in 2nd place with a disappointing $3.8 million.
I'm in some really big trouble, Mom.
Argyle kept the crown but fell 63% from its dismal debut, grossing $6.5 million for a 10-day domestic total of just $28.8 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Some Hollywood stories there, but not as much of a nail-biter as this 49ers-Chiefs game going into overtime, and I'm just happy the 49ers lost, more so than anything else. As a Dallas Cowboys fan, all of the people rooting for Dallas know exactly what I'm talking about, but, you know, another nail-biter coming our way to CSRA, Emily, if you're not prepared heading into Monday.
Yeah, well, we'll have you covered, so hopefully that will ease any concerns there. But seeing rainfall behind me, you can see it on the camera. You can see a little bit of wetness on the roadways and in the parking lot here. Seeing some showers, and that's been the trend throughout our afternoon and even into the evening, and again, lasting overnight tonight. Right now we're sitting at 63, those winds south at about 8 miles per hour, but we're not the only people dealing with rain. Looking at the rest of the southeast, we have rain stretching all the way down to Louisiana, going through Mississippi, Alabama, and then, of course, going through Georgia and South Carolina now. So there's been some pockets of heavier rainfall at times, and some lightning has been detected again in the CSRA, but haven't had any severe thunderstorm warnings or anything like that. So that's definitely the good news as we are headed into the overnight hours. But heavy rainfall again is expected, as we are already seeing, and that's going to continue. Like I said, overnight, give yourself several extra minutes as you head out the door tomorrow, because the roadways are not only going to be wet, but it's going to be heavy rainfall again during those peak commuting hours. So give yourself some extra time. Definitely going to need a rain jacket, umbrella, rain boots tomorrow. Your rain gear needs to be on and ready for your Monday. Again, going to be lasting throughout the greater part of our day, unfortunately. Going to see a little bit of a break maybe in the afternoon, foreseeing a couple more showers moving through for our evening hours, but overnight things are clearing out for us. Going to see maybe a little bit of cloud cover stick around for our Tuesday, but again, here is a closer look of what we are looking at overnight tonight. Really not going to cool off in terms of temperature. We're still going to be in the 60s to start off our day. Isolated heavy showers. Now, it's going to be raining pretty much everywhere, but some pockets will be heavier than others. Some strong wind gusts possible, and definitely going to see a couple of thunderstorms embedded in this system that again is moving through. We'll have a break in the afternoon, then seeing a couple more showers move through for our evening. Could possibly see a possible spin up too. So threat is low but not zero for those severe storms tomorrow. Wind gusts, though, being the main concern. That's really not going to come into play until later in the day, Monday, and into even Tuesday. So, again, those future wind gusts are going to come into play after that rain has moved out of our area. So, we can see anywhere up to 25, maybe even 30 mile per hour wind gusts for our Tuesday, and then lasting into the later afternoon and evening hours. But in terms of rainfall, this might be a little bit overdoing it, but probably not by much. We could see anywhere from 1 to 3 inches, maybe some spots heavier in that 4-inch range locally. So definitely looking like our more northern counties going to see that heavier rainfall and those higher rainfall totals than our southern counties. But just kind of know, if you're in the CSRA, you're going to see some decent amount of rainfall over the next 24 hours. So the SBC outlook has us under that slight risk. That's a level 2 out of 5, and that's mainly for those strong winds and heavy rainfall that could lead to some flash flooding. And an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. The energy is not quite there from those forecast models that we're seeing, but it doesn't take much for a spin up to happen with these conditions. So that's why we've issued that first alert to start off your Monday. But good news is the rest of the work week is looking great, but rain chances come back into play next weekend.
Thanks for that heads up, Emily. Now, an unfortunate story out of Missouri, as a mother has been charged in the death of her 1-month-old baby. She was charged for allegedly putting her baby in an oven, resulting in the child's death. Court documents say the woman said she accidentally placed the infant in the oven instead of the child's crib. She was arrested, and reports say she allowed detectives to access her phone data and draw blood. She faces 10 to 30 years in prison if convicted. And Meta is making a change to what political content you'll see on their social media platforms. Instagram will quit recommending political content from accounts you don't follow. They say it will apply to Threads as well. Both apps will add a setting to let users opt into political content recommendations, and customization tools will also be rolled out on Facebook at a later date. Now, as we head to break, here is a live look at Allegiant Stadium following that Super Bowl victory for the Chiefs and your winning lotto numbers.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group. Let's cry $99.99, only at Brands Smart USA. Trust meteorologist Emily Acton for your first alert. On your sideline.
Just in case you missed it, there was a Usher concert tonight, and if you didn't tune in for that, then you saw the Super Bowl go into the first overtime under the NFL's new rules. May just leave this recording for next year because the Chiefs are champions again. Whether you were watching for the extracurriculars or not, their turning point in Super Bowl 58 came at the hands of CSRA native Jalen Watson. Towards the end of the third quarter, Chiefs, trailing by 4, a Kansas City punt touched off the hands of the 49ers and was recovered by the Lady Grad at the 16. Easy money for the Chiefs, and they took their first lead of the game right after that. They put it away with 3 seconds left in OT, 25-22. That's back-to-back Super Bowl wins for Watson, a repeat that hasn't happened since that 2004 Patriots season. Good times just keep on rolling over at Fox Creek Friday in a tiebreaker. The Predators knocked off Strom Thurmond for the Region 3 2A title. It's the program's first region title in 9 years. They also have more to celebrate. Connor Cannon was named back-to-back Region Player of the Year. Coach Peckham was named Region Coach of the Year. But when it comes down to it, all his success gets thrown back on his players' shoulders.
This shows the composure. We talked about being composed and their maturity, and they grew up a lot. Those freshmen aren't freshmen anymore. They're ready, and they're coming. And so, like I said, love them. Love these guys. It's a great group to coach.
Tuesday, they will take on Columbia High, number 4 seed in the first round of the state tournament. Another week, another test. Number 11 UConn win the house. Was also a few Gamecocks. Louis Thompson, Bree Beal, plus Lamont Paris makes an appearance after the men's win on Saturday. Lucky Charms must have worked though. The Gamecocks limited the Huskies to just 26% from the field in the first quarter. The damage was done. Staley's crew came out on top 83-65. The Gamecocks' 54th straight win at home, and it didn't have the hiccups that the Huskies were probably betting on. Without Cordoso, a mashup of Watkins and Kitts combined for 29 points, 13 rebounds, 4 blocks, and when the tandem was at a stalemate, Deanna Pow took care of business. 21 points, 5 from the arc, her most at South Carolina yet.
You gotta get going, Pop. I mean, simply, but she knows. She's very aware of what she means to our basketball team, and she's aware of her play. But we still, even though through the shooting woes, we wanted her to continue to shoot. You got to stay in rhythm. When you take good shots, they'll find their way into the basket.
Point guard Raven Johnson had 10 points and team-high 12 rebounds. The Gamecocks are now 6-0 against ranked opponents. Didn't go as well for Georgia. Georgia dropped their second game in a row and now sits tied for last place in the SEC. There's a look there.
Well, we saw anywhere from a quarter of an inch to half an inch of rainfall today, and that's continuing into the overnight hours. I'll have a final check on your forecast coming up.
On the Aiken-Augusta Highway.
Alrighty, if you missed it, the winner of the 2024 Puppy Bowl between Team Fluff and Team Rough happened. Team Rough managed to defeat Team Fluff hours before the Chiefs nearly went to double overtime versus the San Francisco 49ers. Team Rough pulled it off 72-69. Another close game there, just like the Chiefs and 49ers. I know I'm personally happy 49ers lost. We got our own Audrey Dickerber, who is a super Chiefs and Taylor Swift fan.
Oh
Audrey.
my goodness, I am so excited. Well, I'm equally as excited as the Puppy Bowl as well, because I'm a big dog lover. But whenever it comes to the Chiefs, anything Missouri, very, very happy to be representing out here. Even got my Chiefs red on today. It was a good game to be watching. I know we have some controversial opinions out here. May not be the most popular opinion.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Hey, with that, I think we should just cut over to weather. Emily, what do we have to look forward to tomorrow?
Well, definitely going to have your rain jacket with you. It's going to be raining most of the day, so we have issued that first alert. But be sure to stay tuned for updates tomorrow morning with Tim Strong.